Welcome to the Art of Rebounding, where setbacks become setups and your bounce back is your breakthrough. I'm your host, Harold Lefty Williams, former pro athlete, motivator, and believer in second chances. Each week, we'll dive deep into stories and strategies built on positioning, persistence, and purpose to help you rise, rebuild, and reclaim your next chapter. This isn't just a podcast. It's your permission to rise again, and this time with purpose. Today's guest, man, I'm excited about today's guest. We have former WNBA player, podcast host, and star in her own right. That's right. And she happens to be from my stomping grounds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adrienne Goodson.
Hey,
what's going on, girl? What's going on, girl?
Fam, I tell you what, I was so happy to see you today. It wasn't even funny.
Oh, yeah. The love is real. Likewise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When we get together and we come out for the Retired Players Association stuff, it's always just a family reunion. And, you know, you don't get excited about everybody, but I definitely get excited about my man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. It's love. It's all love. Listen, so here at the Art of Rebounding, obviously, people would think that it's a basketball podcast because you hear the word rebounding, right?
Yes.
And so, and we talk about basketball, you know, but it's really about bouncing back. It's about purpose.
Yes.
It's about positioning. It's about, you know, persistence. And so, you know, your story is incredible, right? You know, to pursue and keep going and keep going and keep going. Let's take it from the grind. Take me back through, because, excuse me, everyone, she had to correct me today, and national champion. Excuse me, I apologize. You know, I put some respect on her name.
Yeah,
but let's go there. What was it like for you, growing up? First of all, you know, Jersey, stand up.
Yes.
What was it like for you to have to persevere through all of that, just to be able to get to a place in your life where you made up in your mind, I'm getting ready to be a Division I athlete?
Yes. And first of all, I want to say shout out to all of the people that were around me. Mm-hmm. My mentors, my parents, my mother, my stepfather, my auntie, my uncle, my grandfather, you know, all of the people that God put around me to make sure that the purpose was fulfilled. Mm-hmm. But not only was it them, but it was also my responsibility to stay on track because, you know, like, you know, being from where we are, Jersey City, being born there, I was born in Jersey City, Wegman Ave. My father was from Jersey City. My mother was from Bayonne. I swang back and forth from those areas. Bayonne was more of a burb, you know, across from Staten Island. Mm-hmm. You know, you got professionals, police officers, doctors, lawyers, different things like that, and the hardworking common man. But and then, you know, then there's Jersey City. At that time when I was growing up, it was actually a beautiful city. Now it's rough, you know. It's inner city. It always has been, close to New York, go right through the Holland Tunnel. So with those things, you know, I learned a lot about perseverance and how to, you know, hit the bricks and go hard from the door, because when you come out your door, you see all of those things in life that could set you back, could hold you back. You make the wrong decision, and then you could end up on the other side of the dreams, aspirations, hopes that you have for yourself and also for your family. You know, for me, I was one of those kids who was always humble. I knew that there was something about me that was special. I had it in my spirit. I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought that I was going to be a world-class swimmer. I swim like a fish.
Really?
Okay, we had the mermaids and the starfish in Bayonne, which were swim clubs. And my desire was to be in the swim club. We had 16th Street Park. I was always going to 16th Street Park. My cousin was the only black lifeguard that was there. So I was diving off the board. He was watching me. Mm-hmm. I was learning how to swim. He was watching me from 3 feet to 8 feet. I had a great nucleus. But as soon as I picked up that basketball, I knew that was what it was. That was it. Everything else went out the window. I swam. I played softball. My mom wouldn't let me play for Pop Warner football because if he had her, oh boy, because I was tearing him up on the block. I made the Packers. All right. Mm-hmm. My uncle took me. Didn't tell my mother. I made the Packers. The dude, I was catching the ball, diving into the end zone. Mm-hmm. Dudes couldn't guard me. So the coach was like, "Yo, we gotta have her." My mother took me home. My uncle took me home. My mom was like, "What? She gonna play who?" No, she getting ready to get her boobs. Forget about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So wait, she wouldn't let you play PAL or none of that no more after that?
She wouldn't let me play football because I made the Pop Warner football team.
That's dope. That's dope.
The Packers.
So we go from that. All right, clearly basketball stuck for you, and you said, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do. So my question is, where did you say, okay, I'm here now. I'm in college. I got this scholarship. Like, where did you say, I think I can actually go pro from here?
The women's game. Let's talk about that. It was different. It wasn't like the men. I wasn't like I could sit there and look at TV and watch girls basketball because it wasn't on as much. My first basketball game was Old Dominion University, watching Nancy Liegren, Ing Nissen, and I think it was, did I say Ann Donovan?
No.
Ing Nissen, yeah, Ann Donovan and Angie Cotman. I'm watching them play against a woman called Big O. I'm 12 years old. My mom punished me. I'm watching the game. She goes, get in there and watch the girls' basketball game. I'm like, what? You know, girls. I go in there, I look, I'm sitting there. Old Dominion beats Tennessee. I get up, I come in the kitchen. I said, Mom, I'm going to Old Dominion University.
You know it right away.
Yeah. She said, all right, Adrienne. But she was mad at me. So that was the end of the conversation. I was 12 years old at that time.
Okay.
5 years later, I was at Old Dominion University.
Oh, wow.
You have to speak what you want, and I work towards it.
Say what you heard until you see what you said.
Exactly. Okay? And so my uncle, I would be remiss if I didn't mention my Uncle Skip. He was the one who taught me how to play basketball. I dealt with a lot of tragedy at a young age. I lost both of my uncles out there in the channel, the New York Channel.
Wow.
They drowned. He was my everything. So I had to reinvent myself after I lost him at 13. And I remember that year because he was trying, I couldn't understand. He was trying to teach me everything. He was like, he was under this pressure to like make sure I knew everything. I don't know why, I couldn't figure it out. But I understand now why, you know. And, you know, after that happened, you know, I struggled for a little bit. Not with the game, but mentally, because I had, you know, somebody who taught me the game, and, you know, he wasn't there to watch me no more.
Right. So let's pause there because my grandfather was really like the greatest male influence in my life. My father was an alcoholic. He was addicted to heroin for a very long time, and so there was a void for me. I come from a big family, 5 sisters, two brothers. And my grandfather passed away shortly after I got married, right? So I got married September of 2005, February 2nd, 2006, he transitioned. And so for me, I felt like there was a huge void in my life. It was so many new chapters in my life, from being married to found out shortly after that, you know, in February that we were expecting. Right, to figuring out my early career plan. So many questions, and now mentally that does something to you. Where did you find the strength to say, I am going to position myself? I'm going to box out all of the noise, all of the opposition that's happening right now, and I am going to rebound. Yeah. Where did you find that strength?
Oh man, I had a powerful nucleus. My grandmother, God bless her soul. My auntie, my Aunt Roz, God bless her soul. We lost her during the COVID. My mother has always been my rock. I tell people, don't make excuses about not having both of your parents. I came out of my mother's womb without my father. And my father, they were already separated. Okay, so there was never an excuse. Okay, I saw the people that God put in front of me so that I can make it and this purpose can be fulfilled, because he's going to put those people in front of you regardless as to what happens.
Yeah, I believe that. You know,
and so you have to follow the breadcrumbs, okay? You have to follow the breadcrumbs. You know, it is little Red Riding Hood out here. And people leave breadcrumbs for you, and it's up to you to follow them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I've always looked at other people, not in an envious way, but how can I take a piece of each person and build myself to become the person that I see that I like?
Right.
So I would take a piece of people. Now, when I was growing up, my mentors and those people that I was looking at that was playing basketball, I was checking out Dr. J and those cats.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Feel
yeah.
me? It wasn't women's basketball on there, so it wasn't that type of situation. But, you know, I like I said, everything has to go back to the nucleus, because I really had a lot of strong people, powerful people around me that pushed me in that direction. And my parents were a stickler for school. You know, my mom remarried when I was 12 years old. And then I had to deal with that because, you know, it was an interracial. So then I had to deal with, at that age, that still wasn't acceptable. So I had to deal with the pressure that came from that. People with the name calling, the things like that. You know, me getting into, you know, actually physical altercations with people that would have something to say to me about my mom being married to a Caucasian man. You know, so I had pressures all over the place. My grandmother was the one who helped me get through that, you know, and telling me, don't worry about what people say. You know, your light is shining. People are always going to have a problem, you know, with you because you have a light around you. She always let me know that.
That's true.
And it illuminates. And she said it illuminates bright. So she said, you're going to always have to deal with that. So prepare yourself, and you keep God, and you put on your coat of armor before you leave out, and everything is going to be fine.
That part.
People get jealous of your countenance. So I just always had people around me, and those people that are around me that see me, they don't understand and realize the foundation of God that my family put inside of me.
To get you to go.
To get me to go.
Get you to go.
And then when I got to, I graduated from high school, but prior to that, my grandmother was stricken with the C word.
Right.
Okay,
right.
and I found that out on my 16th birthday. All right, and by the time May came, she was gone. And all in that process, Old Dominion, Tennessee, USC, every college
in the country
you could imagine coming to my house. We were taking care of my grandmother. My grandmother was staying there. She was very much in the process. But I was staying up with her all night, going through chemotherapy with her all night.
Right.
You know, so there was things. My character was being built at an early age.
Right.
So I dealt with all of this struggle, and I learned how to deal with it. So by the time I went away to school, I had lost both my uncles, lost my grandmother, all right, and I'm going away to college, and I'm leaving my mom.
Wow. So listen, let's stop there. So just for time's sake. So you had every reason to quit. Every reason to withdraw. You had so there's someone out there listening to this, and they're saying, well, I don't think I can do this because of this. I don't think I can do this because of that. You're saying throughout this process, you know, your grandmother was battling the C word, and she still was able to be there for you, which obviously encouraged you, while all of these colleges are still coming to see you. And in the midst of all of that, you still didn't say, I'm done. You still persevere. So someone's out there listening to this, we say to them, be encouraged. We say to them, you can make it. We'll say to them, it takes 3 Ds. It's 3 Ds. It takes one day, one door, one decision that will change your entire life.
Absolutely.
And what I like to say is, what softens the potato hardens the egg.
Yes.
The same hot water, the same pressure, the same heat, right? So what we do is we have to look on the inside of us to box out all the opposition.
Yes.
We got to get rid of all the excuses. I heard Kobe Bryant say he made a contract with himself. And he said, the contract is done, the deal is done, I'm going to stick to what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to be the best at that. And you were able to do that. Let's fast forward in a short amount of time, for time's sake. You were able to become national champion.
Yes.
That had to have, we got a lot of excitement here in this live audience. You had to have that had to have meant something to you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was MJ down on the ground crying with that trophy at that moment, you know, just persevering and coming through all of those things. And You know, my mom actually getting the opportunity to smile about something at the end of the year, and going through all of that, and it just drove me. And I stayed in the gym, and I made that my haven. And I had a coach that always told me, you come to this gym when you got problems. This is your safe haven.
Right.
And I always used that as a safe haven to get me to the next level. And I praise God for all of the people that I had that pushed me, that kept me on track. Because it would have been easy to fall to. I could have easily became a statistic. I could have easily fell prey to becoming pregnant and not, you know, and not pursuing my dream. You know, there's so many different things, there's so many different components and elements, and you know, you're walking out of the house and you see the heroin, you see the crack, you see the 40s, you see all of these things that are going on. So, you know, your nucleus may not be your family.
Say that one more time.
Your nucleus may not be your family.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It could be Miss Jenkins up the street that's always telling your mom on you. It could be the pastor. It could be your teacher. Whoever is feeding your spirit, your mind, okay, and driving you and giving you that motivation. Those are your people.
Right, to do it every day. To get up and do it every day.
Yeah.
But you had to have you have to fall in love with it. Let's switch gears just a little bit here.
Yeah.
So if you had to assemble the Avengers, these are the, you know, this is the SEAL team, right? These are the Navy SEALs. They're going in. This is the cream of the crop now. Their job is to get it done. I want to know who your top 5 women that you're going in with, and who's the 6th person. But the 6th woman really could be, she really could be a part of the starting 5.
Okay.
But, you know, tell me now this is your list. Can't nobody, I don't want to hear nobody emailing and DMing
right.
telling me, oh, that ain't, this is your list. This is your list.
That's all right. They're not going to argue. No, definitely. My point guard, you know, tossing it up. Dee Staley is my girl. I played with her, you know, for 2 seasons in the ABL. And I can tell you, you know, all you had to do was get out on the wing. She going to drop the dime. You know, I absolutely never played with anybody as good as her. Probably the next person in comparison would be Hortensia from Brazil, and everybody knows who she is. She's Hall of Famer. She would torch it up. You know, for my 2, I'm going to have to go, because I didn't put her my 1, I'm going to have to go with Teresa Edwards. I'm not going to let letting nobody disrespect Teresa Edwards no more. Secondly, 3rd, I mean, I even put her at the 3, and I'll take and put Cynthia Cooper at the 2. So I'm going with Dawn, I'm going with Coop, I'm going with...
Y'all loaded. Y'all loaded.
Yeah, I'm going Coop. Okay, and then, you know, I'm definitely going with the person who led me championship. You know, Medina Dixon is in the equation. Okay, and I'll put her at the 4. How many players am I at right now?
Give me 2 more.
Okay, and then, of course, I'm going to have Cheryl Miller in there. She got to be in there because she's just a baller. The IQ for the game was incredible, and at the same time, even if she wasn't playing well, she still was going to drive her team to win. You know, that type of characteristic. And, you know, for the 6th man, I'm going to throw Katie Smith in there because I need somebody to shoot them. I need somebody to be lights out.
Lights out.
Okay, because Kate Dog is my dog, and I put my money on her to stand out there with anybody and shoot the lights out in the 3-point competition. Okay. So those are my 6 people.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. It's not a knock to nobody else.
Nope. It's
not a knock to nobody. It's just the way that it is. That's your list. Now, life is to be lived forward. But understood backwards. Knowing everything that you've been through, knowing everything that you were able to accomplish. Talk to this listener, the viewer. Somebody's out there saying, I'm not sure I can get through tomorrow. Somebody just lost a job. Someone just got let go from a team. You know, this with summer league, you know, a lot of those cats out there, they're not going to get invited to vet camp.
Yes.
For some of them, the buck stops here, as they say.
Yes.
Right? What would you say to that listener?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's something about putting your cards
That's your camera right there. That's your camera right there.
There's something about putting your cards all in one basket. You should never do that anyway. You know, you should, you know, as a ball player, as you know, we wear many hats. I could wear a hat to the front, to the side, you know, to each side, cock to the side, to the back, however, all the way around. You know, you got to be able to do that. You know, you got to have more than one skill. Okay, I like to receive more than one paycheck. So the more skills that you have, the better. Surround yourself with people who want to uplift you and don't mind if you pass them up. That is important. Surround yourself with people who do not mind if you pass them up, okay? And always stay hungry. Not let people know that you're hungry, all right? And keep yourself out there, all right? In the forefront, always, all right? Just mingle with people. Stay in your circle. Don't allow people or things or circumstances to get you down, because life is cyclical. You're always going to be up and down, up and down. But your attitude has got to be the same. And when I'm sitting around talking to kids, I tell them, always remember your ABCs. What is that? Always be cool in every circumstance, okay? Because at a moment's notice, anything can change, especially if you keep God first.
That part. Listen, I'm so excited. I'm grateful that I'm able to have you on, sis. Conversations like this are needed. I think that I just want to give you your flowers. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times people forget about the bridge that got them over.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
The bridge that got them over. And appreciating that foundation, because you'd never be able to get to the 50th floor if somebody didn't lay the foundation for you to even get to the first floor. And so I value that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you are as real as they come. I value that. I appreciate that. And I want you to hear that. Now, real quick before I wrap this up in about 30 seconds, because I want to show love. You have a podcast as well.
Yes.
So we want to talk about that. And in the next 30 seconds, just let them know about your podcast and what you got going on and where they can reach you.
Oh, on all platforms. A WNBA State of Mind is fire. You know, I love my podcast because it's just like what you're doing here. It's not just about basketball. I'll interview people from authors all the way down, because it's about life, and I'm all about edifying the kingdom in any kind of way that I can help uplift people and bring us through, because we always need somebody to bring us through. WNBA State of Mind is a place where we mainly discuss basketball, but we love other sports, and it's out on every single platform. It's called the WNBA State of Mind. I appreciate supporters. I appreciate followers. We out there. It's hot.
That's it for today's episode of The Art of Rebounding. Remember, the fall isn't what defines you. It's how you rise that writes your legacy. Whether you're rebounding from a loss, recentering your purpose, or just learning how to stand again, know this: you are not alone. You're not alone. You were made for more. You were built to bounce back. Until next time, keep showing up, keep positioning yourself, and keep pushing with purpose, because your rebound, it's not coming. It's already in motion. Find me on all social media platforms, everybody. Follow me at Lefty Williams 42. I'm always down to hear about your comebacks and how you're positioning yourself to grab your rebound. All right? Listen, I cannot do this without my thank yous, so I want to send a thank you to Circa Resort and Casino and VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Till next time, dare to drink.